welcome everybody to a somewhat different Live at 5 tonight. Friday the 24th of April, amidst the lockdown, week 5. We're going to bring to you some news, what's been happening on the golf course while everybody's been away. Hopefully keep you informed and keep that hunger going for golf for when we return. First stop 9 Fairway. I'm going to show you some of the work that the lads have been doing, albeit there's only 2 of them been in, 2 furloughed, 2 working very hard whilst the course is empty to get the playing surfaces up to scratch after what has been 7 months of wet weather. Now if you see the 9th here, you can see behind me the lines in the fairways going down to the green. That's been scarified. It's where they use the machine, the Rotorate machine we bought a couple of seasons back, and what that does, it sort of scratches all the dead grass and the rubbish out of the playing surface and leaves room for the new grass to come through, makes it a lot firmer, a lot drier, and hopefully it'll be a lot better for us when we get back to playing golf. Now it's a long drawn out process that, because what happens, you might have seen on the club Instagram page, when you scratch all that grass out the top surface, it leaves debris and it's got to be collected. So it's a long process. It's got about 2 weeks to do it, but a fantastic job, and we're starting seeing some of the new grass come back now. Let's have a closer look at the greens now. We're at the 8th, where a granular feed has been applied about a week ago. It's slowly being washed in by little bits of overnight rain and dew, but we're going to need to get some water on this golf course very soon, either via the sprinklers or from the sky. So as we walk along the 8th green, we can see the remnants of the spiking here, the aeration, which is great to get air and water and percolation down to the subsoil. And also you can see the little white things of the granular feed that's been applied last week. So greens now looking lovely. Managed to get a cut on them. You can see nicely striped up. Don't know what length they are at present, but they're actually looking a little bit more like putting surfaces. And say that granular feed that you saw on the 8th has now washed in enough to be able, Scott, to get a cut on these greens, and hopefully it'll get growing and be right as rain for when we start back. So all in all, the lads that are working have been very productive. Not only have been working on the playing surfaces, but there's quite a few drainage issues which flared up after the recent wet spell, which I'll take you to now. So quite a big problem occurred on the 7th carry adjacent to the ladies' tee, where it's amazing really, because it's on such a severe slope, but there was a gathering of water which suggested that either there was a spring popping up because there's an awful lot of water, or there was a drain blocked, maybe one of the old stone culverts, the clay drains or something like that. So just here, as you can see, this was one of the problem areas. All this was very, very wet, and backing up onto the 7th and the 3rd fairway. This was exposed, a big trench dug, it was piped into, and you can see now the problem's been alleviated. It's been stoned up and top dressed there, so that should be reinstated within due course. I want to show you as well another bit of work that's been going on behind the scenes by our resident mole catcher. We've got our very own Carl Speckler at Crompton and Royton, and that is Steve Feltham. He's been out over, well, the last 12 months really, targeting these pests that are on the golf course, that dig up the tees and encroach on the greens and the fairways and what have you. So you can see, whenever you go around the golf course when we bite, if you see anything like this behind me, which is a couple of twigs with a marker on them, that's marking a mole trap that Steve set there. So far his tally's up to about 15, I believe. So his effort are bearing fruit. Apparently they go really nice in a curry, but yet to try that one. So as you can imagine, I'm sure it's the same for everybody. It pains not being able to get on the golf course. It really, really does, especially when we've got the weather like this. Hopefully it won't be too long. I know that the governing bodies, the golf governing bodies, i.e. the PGA, the General Managers, Secretary Managers Association, England Golf, the RNA, they're all coming together and they're all talking and formulating a plan for when we do return to golf. A common sense plan to coming out of this lockdown. Alright, there will be some measures still in place, but if we can get on the golf course and play some golf within those measures, we can take advantage of it. So as mentioned earlier, we've got everything under control from a golf club point of view, including the course marshalling. All the directors and myself and the Greens Committee, we're all on a rota 3 times a day. We come out and patrol the course and make sure there's no damage being done, there's no people doing what they shouldn't be, especially golfers being out there, which there hasn't been so far. We've had a couple of interesting picnics and things like that, but everybody so far has moved on without question. So thank you very much to everybody involved. Thanks to the directors personally from me for the effort that you're putting in to keep abreast of all the information and formulate common sense plans and policies for when we do finally come out of lockdown. So thank you very much everybody for your hard work. So that leaves us to say good night, stay safe, keep well, look after each other, keep your exercise up and keep in touch. That's the most important thing. Anyone wants a call, you're very, very welcome to give me a call on mobile anytime.
Yeah.
Click that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again this time next week. Bye for now.
Next week?